Creating conversations. Arrow.net. ARROE.net. All right, let's do it. Let's play it forward. These are real people, real stories, the struggle to play it forward. Episode number 504 is with actor Omar Epps.
I'm good. How you doing?
Absolutely fantastic. Is it safe to say that we've watched you grow up? I mean, I remember when you first appeared on the entertainment scene, and now when we see your name, we see your image, it's like, oh, it's an automatic win. Yeah, you have to watch it because he's going to give you quality all the time.
Thank you, first and foremost for that. But you know what? The reality is, you have seen me growing up. The world has. I did my first film when I was 17 years old. And that was 30 years ago. Something like that. So it's a blessing. That's all I could say. It's a blessing to still be able to do what I truly love to do. What I feel is part of my purpose in life. To hopefully inspire and motivate people through the art of storytelling. And
look how the industry has changed so much. I mean, when you got in at 17 years old, there was no such thing as streaming or anything like that. And now, I mean, it's like, this is a season number 2 for Power Book 3, but it's like we can go back and we can binge watch over and over again.
Yeah, and I think that's listen, I think that there's pros and cons to everything, right? Now, the beauty of where we are now is exactly what you just said. You can go back and then watch it over and over again. But I don't want to say fear, but one of my concerns is that, like, art itself is becoming too disposable.
Yep.
Like, I remember, think about music, right? Like, we used to line up, if a record was coming out, it was like you saved up your money and you asked your mom or your pop for some money, or you worked a little job and you had to get that cassette. You had to get that CD and you would live with it for like 2-3 years, And now it's like, people listen to something, and then the next week they're on to the next thing.
That's right.
It's just so much out there. But, in a sense, it kind of puts the pressure on creators to do better work. How do you keep people's attention? So when you see the success of something like, I don't know, a Squid Games, it's like it's rising above the noise. And especially with technology now, it's like anyone can do anything at any time and just put it out to the world and see what happens. Yeah. But in that same respect, I think that part of it is a pro because, sometimes the people decide. Sometimes the industry, the machine of the industry gets in the way of discovering new talent, because you don't have to go about it in a traditional sense, the way it used to be. So I'm excited about that part of it moving forward.
Being a part of Power Book 3, I mean, you play Detective Malcolm Howard. To play this role, this doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. I mean, how did you had to do some studying to find out who Malcolm really is, and then all of a sudden we believe it. Right.
Well, he's a really, really fun character to play for me. If I could take you to my artist brain, I call him my octopus, right? Because he has tentacles everywhere. That's what makes him so fun to play because, he has his place in the department, but he has his own place in the department because I think this is one thing that kind of goes over people's heads when it comes to Raising Kanan and Detective Howard is that, how it correlates to now is what I'm saying. Like, especially in urban communities, there's a big uproar about, policing and, the police should police neighborhoods that they're familiar with or that they come from. And that's Detective Howard. He comes from the neighborhood he's policing. So on the flip side, he has a foothold in the streets because he knows these kids' parents and uncles and aunties and stuff like that. So he's able to maneuver as if he's not a cop, even though everyone knows he is. And then when you take that back to the department, that's why he has such a long leash because he's able to get places and get to people that some of these other cops, they see coming a mile away. Yeah. When they see Howard, it's like somebody from the neighborhood that just, we know what he does, but he's still eating chicken wings and fried rice in the same spots that they selling drugs. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's what's going to be so exciting about this new season on Stars is the fact that you are in the neighborhood in the way of bringing the family in. In other words, the mafia. I mean, there's some stuff that's going down in season number 2 that's going to create a lot of water cooler conversation.
Oh yeah, for sure, and that's a testament to Sasha Penn, our showrunner, and obviously the brilliant Courtney Kemp and our whole writing team. 50, it's just there's a lot of great minds at work, so everyone's trying to get to the tip of the sword, so to say.
Yeah. Are you going to be releasing any new music soon?
You know what? I don't know. Who knows, man? I mean, it's something I've always loved to do, and it truly is a hobby for me in that sense, but not in a pacifying sense, but just when I feel it, I feel it. My focus has been on. Well, I mean, you have the right to make music, but I have a new book coming out this November called Nubia: The Awakening. I'm really excited about that. People can order it now everywhere books are sold, whether it's Amazon or Barnes and Nobles, everywhere books are sold, you can pre-order it. It's a young adult sci-fi fantasy, and it's my first novel. So I'm super excited about that.
Dude, I have a iHeartRadio channel that's all for YA authors. I mean, I cannot wait to talk to you about this book because it's all about getting your voice out there, because it's not just words on a page to YA authors. You guys are inspiring the next generation of authors.
Hopefully, yeah, that's part of the mission. And, I'm just super excited. It's a project that took me 3.5 years to complete. And I was fortunate enough to be able to, hook up with Delacorte and Penguin Random House, and everyone's just super excited. It's that's like my baby. So I'm really, really excited. Like I said, people can pre-order it now. And I would love for us to have that discussion on that other channel.
Absolutely. You got to come back anytime, man. The door is always going to be up for you. It's going to be up for you. It's going to be open. And you just come on in and share your story and your journey.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man.
You bet. You be brilliant today, okay, sir?
Yes, sir. You too.